Hey, it's Icy again. As you all might know that I have been struggling with creativity and mental health issues that I cannot create stuff the way I used to before. So a little background information, I started doing creative things like calligraphy, bullet journaling, and illustration. And I used to do it for myself, and then it grew into a small business. I teach workshops and I do custom art for people. And then now that I am getting income from my creative side business, things just start feeling like they're not enough anymore. I feel stuck. So that's the bottom line. I've been feeling stuck, and I know that this is an essential part of life. Without the downs, you won't appreciate the ups, and the ups comes with downs. And we all always need a little help from our friends, and one of my friends in the creative industry recommended me to get this book, The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. What it's for is it helps creatives and people in general unblock those little blockages. So what this workbook basically is about is for not just creatives but for people in general, for dealing with life's issues and helping unblock those little, it's kind of like dealing with a blocked artery. Nursing reference. So it's kind of like dealing with a blocked artery, and once you've gotten rid of the blockage in an artery, the blood flows better and easier, and the blood circulates better throughout the body, and that way the body gets nourishment from the blood flow. And I think that's what this workbook's purpose is, to unblock all of those creative blockages. And because we're unblocking all of those creative blocks, we are able to think properly, to think more clearly. We are able to focus our energies on the things that actually matter to us. Another thing that I love about this book is that it's not about a drastic, big, dramatic, traumatic change in your life. I like how it's small and incremental and subtle changes in the everyday, rather than having this big change in a very short amount of time. So that way it's more steady and more permanent. So this workbook goes on for 12 weeks. You're supposed to follow it weekly, and there's exercises every week. So the two main exercises that you will encounter in this book are morning pages and artist dates. So the idea of morning pages is you wake up, you allot maybe half an hour to just write whatever you're thinking onto, a piece of paper or a notebook. The simple act of just writing stuff down makes me feel unburdened. When we feel unburdened, we feel more fresh and more able to conquer the day. So to me, I think it's really important for us to keep an actual paper and pen journal, not like a digital journal, because writing stuff down can actually help us become more aware of what we're feeling deep down, because there are so many issues within ourselves that cannot be unearthed by just thinking and reflecting. But I feel like we have to write them down in order to become fully aware of these issues. And I actually felt intimidated by writing stuff down in the morning when I usually write at the end of the day. And this is like a change that I felt very intimidated by, because I love my sleep. I love just lying down for several hours and then getting up when I'm ready. Lazy. Anyway. So the idea of doing this in the morning when you wake up is just like clearing your head of those unnecessary thoughts like, oh, I'm gonna do laundry today, and then I'm gonna cook, and then I'm gonna clean. What do I cook today? Do I cook sinigang? Do I cook nilaga? Do I cook hot dog? Those random internal monologues, those are what you write down on your morning pages, and that way you've gotten rid of them early in the morning, and then you feel more fresher and be able to function properly without those distracting little thoughts. So that's the point of the morning pages. Aside from the morning pages, there's artist dates, which are basically just going out anywhere that can spark inspiration. And the idea of artist dates in this book is to receive signs from the universe or whatever divine being that you believe in. Another thing that I like about this book is that it does not discriminate the type of things that people believe in. There's people who believe in the universe or God. Personally, I believe that all of our choices result in consequences. All of our actions result in consequences, and that is ultimately up to us. So what I believe that this book is telling me is to, uncover all of my issues, all of the things that I need to let go of through morning pages, and then through these artist dates, I am able to receive more inspiration from the most randomest things. Like for example, on week 1, one of our tasks is to go on a 20-minute walk. It's just being outside and being by myself just makes my mind wander elsewhere, and that's when I usually pick up new sources of inspiration, new ideas. So it really makes sense to take yourself out on an artist date, and that's when you receive all of this inspiration and all of this motivation and new ideas. So with these morning pages and artist dates and all of the activities and the tasks in this workbook throughout the 12-week duration, I hope that I will be able to slowly pick out all of the things that are weighing me down creatively, and from then I will be able to figure out what really matters. And I feel like when you're focusing more on yourself by writing down whatever you're feeling, no matter how random they are, I feel like you're going to uncover the tiniest details, the little things that are actually weighing you down that you're not really aware of. It doesn't feel like they're weighing you down, but they actually do. And another thing I like about this book is that it's not exclusive to just creatives, and like I said earlier, it also applies to life in general. Write those things down and you figure out what the root cause of all of those issues are, and I think that's very helpful in determining what needs fixing, what needs letting go of, and how to move on from there. Because I honestly think that the solution to all of our problems in life really lie within ourselves. So how I felt versus how I'm feeling now. So before I actually started the Artist's Way, I felt very skeptical at first because I was like, I don't want to commit to something. I already have so much on my plate that I didn't want to commit to another thing. And I felt very skeptical because when I was reading it, it was just like, well, oh, the universe, blah, blah, blah. I personally don't believe in all of those universe energies and vibes. And again, I personally believe that everything is a consequence of our actions and we have the choice to fix. But then again, at the same time, despite all of my doubts and my fear of committing to something like this is the time where I need a change in my life, most especially in the creative side, because I have been feeling really down, and art used to be something that would lift me up, but now it's just, it feels too much. And another thing that I don't like about myself is whenever I do, like for example, a 12-week workshop or whatever, I would look at the course outline and I'd be like, oh, I'll try and plan when to do all of these modules and stuff. And I just felt very intimidated by the fact that there were 10 tasks for week 1, and I was like, oh shit, how do I do this? How do I divide the tasks equally within the week? I just felt so stressed out, and I was like, oh, how am I supposed to do morning writing when I want to sleep in? But then I'm proud to say that I did 6 out of 7 morning pages this week, and I feel less burdened with my random thoughts because I've already written them down, and the act of writing down makes everything feel official. So I'm just like, bye bitch, I'm up to better things. I guess for me, getting started is always the hardest part in any journey, but I'm already feeling that maybe this is the change that I really desperately need in my life. So I'm hoping that maybe after the 12-week journey, or hopefully by halfway by week 6, I will be able to feel enlightened about the things that I really should start focusing on and things that I should let go of. And I'm hopeful that this journey will be able to help me do more than just reflect and evaluate myself, but actually take action. See you. So yeah, so if you're someone who hasn't been feeling great, and I know that it's part of life, but if you're someone like me who has been feeling stuck and have been facing the same issues time and time again, I would recommend doing something more than journaling and evaluating yourself. But if it's an issue that is constantly there, constantly nagging at you, I think we need a little help. And I've already started by doing the Artist's Way workbook. And that is my current progress with the Artist's Way workbook. I'll probably do a 6-week check-in to see how much has changed, and then I'll do a 12-week check-in and see how we go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't burn yourself out like I do. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? See you in the next video.